Hi, my name is Anya Calip. I am from Group 2, and in Group 2 we are presenting food and nutrition to children. So I just wanted to start with pre-birth nutrition, just because I know that pregnancy is a very important time where the child grows within the womb. And so according to CDC of 2021, there is recommended weight gain in pregnancy. So if you do not gain enough weight within pregnancy, that could just mean that your baby will be born with low birth weight. And I'll explain that later with at risk because it is in the next slide. And then the importance of gaining more than you're supposed to or that is expected is that you might just have a larger baby, which means if your baby is large and you are trying to birth a baby, it could possibly not be delivered because of how heavy it is, and that could result in a cesarean C-section. And so that is not wanted for all people who are pregnant. So that is just why gaining more weight than you should is important. And then a perfect weight or perfect gain weight would be just gaining within the parameters of how much weight you're supposed to gain. And really, that's just being healthy, and that's just being able to have a healthy baby and you as well not feel tired or malnourished at all. And then the solutions for not gaining enough is just a balanced diet. So if you're not gaining enough, they just recommend a certain amount of calories that you eat every single day, eating twice your weight because you are feeding a baby as well. And then if you're gaining more, it's recommended to exercise just so that you don't have that overweight of yourself, and then also for your baby. If you're super overweight, it could cause a lot of delivery complications. And then also, if your caretaker is taking care of you, they can also help in just recommend any food that you would want. And then also being able to go to doctor's appointments, and that's what it means by caretaker, and then having them suggest to you any solutions or problems. Or, yeah. And then, like I said, so nutrition with infancy, the issues are inappropriate feeding habits according to the World Health Organization of 2022, which means that women or mothers aren't able to latch their babies, they're not able to produce enough milk because they don't know how, and then they also either or add things to the bottle that are culturally acceptable but not acceptable health-wise. So something that is also associated with the nutrition of infancy is low birth weight. And really all that means is that they are at risk of brain damage because they don't have enough weight, or they are at risk of not having enough oxygen whenever they're going through the birth canal. So that just doesn't present a good outcome for the baby being born, or even just the baby continually being healthy and growing the way that it should be. So the solution is breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is the main solution that World Health Organization recommends. And so with that, just being able to latch, if you don't know how to latch, being able to have a lactation consultant who helps you be able to feed your baby in the way that you're supposed to, and then not adding anything to the formula, to the bottles or anything like that. And then another solution, if you're not able to produce enough milk or even to provide the nutrients to your child just by yourself at the first start of having a baby, is just a formula feed so that they can be able to gain the nutrition that they need. And then the next nutrition age I wanted to talk about is 6 months to 12 months. With 6 months to 12 months year old, it does start out with also needing to have breast milk. But the issues with that is that breast milk doesn't exactly have iron. So there is a low iron intake. And then there is also failure to thrive if they aren't getting enough breast milk or enough nutrition, which just means that they're not able to gain enough weight in order to grow into a healthy baby. And then another thing that we could do, because they are 6 months, they are able to start being introduced to solid foods. And so solid foods help them start to have a healthy diet and start that habit of eating grains, eating vegetables, eating fruits, so that they are able to be well rounded and they are able to have food. And then the next age I wanted to talk about was a year to 2 years. So a year and 2 years, they are able to basically eat as a regular adult. Obviously, they do have to have it cut down to their portion size and everything, but they could pretty much eat everything that that adults can eat. And so an issue that we're seeing with children is obesity and laziness. And basically that can just cause heart problems, high blood pressure, and it's not a healthy way for 2-year-olds or 1-year-olds to worry about their weight that way. So solutions is just a healthy diet, being able to have the right amount of grains, fruits, vegetables, everything like that. Breastfeeding is still recommended, just so that their brain can develop in that they can still have those antibiotics that breastfeeding provides to them. And then so that they are able to get enough exercise, it is recommended a playtime, so that their energy that they have isn't just wasted on the couch, but that they can exercise outside, go for a run, do anything for a playtime hour, and then they're able to better sleep, better able to have friends if that playtime includes socialness as well. That concludes my presentation. Those are my references, and I hope you learned something.